Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. Right, okay. Well, we have had sunshine this morning, my delicious little babies. It's only going to be a quickie video today, my delicious little babies. And, well, there's my beautiful little tree Anastasia. I love her to my heart. She gets a kiss every day, sometimes two from myself. Now then, my delicious little babies. So, yeah, it'll just be a quick video today, my little lovelies, because believe it or not, it's starting to spit, to rain, my delicious little babies. So I'm just going to make it quick. But I hope that wherever you are in the world, that life is treating you most deliciously. Okay. And I'll see what other clouds, pop up or something. See if I can get a bird trace for you. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it's 3:30. So I'm running late. It's been busy all day. And yeah, so, and I'll just give out this one piece of information. Now, this uploader, my delicious little babies, happens to have 411,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? Popped up on my feed, and it's called, okay, so this is 3 words into one, my delicious little babies, okay? Capital P, public, capital R, resource, and capital org. So it's 3 words crammed together, my delicious little babies. Public resource org. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, the video should read Longines Chronoscope with Richard Bird, with a Y, not an R. Okay, my delicious little babies. This video is nearly 15 minutes long, my delicious little babies. And yeah, it's interesting. I mean, everybody knows the Longines watch, don't they, my delicious little babies? Everybody should know the Longines watch. I mean, you got that many watches, haven't you, my delicious little babies? Do you know what I mean? And of course, there are some that can, fetch a pretty penny, it seems. My delicious little babies. Anyway, I knew long time, when I was in jewellery, the old Rolex Cartier, what was it, Seamaster. Yeah, there's lots of different ones. But at the end of the day, it was a very interesting little video, actually. You know what I mean? I have seen a couple of Richard Bird's, videos, my delicious little babies over the years. But yeah, it was very interesting, this particular one. Anyway, my delicious little babies, it's a case of, you know what I'm like by now, my delicious little babies. It's a case of taking ham in pieces, bits and pieces, you know what I mean, out of the videos that I advertise, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean. But you see, it's really great when you see, like the black and white videos, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, and I heard on our lovely UK column, because all of the uploaders who I advertise, my delicious little babies, and not in that way. Yeah, I heard them say, bless them, dear Brian, bless him, to finish the show, because you had dear Ben on there and dear little Diana, bless her. I absolutely adore UK column, I think they're banging, you know what I mean? And it's lovely to see the numbers going up. They're up to 13.4 thousand subscribers, my delicious babies. Anyway, I'm still waiting for my gardener to arrive, but I don't think he's going to be here for another week. He's needing to take it easy because he had a bit of a... let's just say he wasn't very well a short time ago, my delicious babies. I'll tell you very quickly what happened, bless him. He went to McDonald's, with somebody who he knows, my delicious babies. I think it was his son, bless. And, but like I say, not in that way. And what happened was they thought in the McDonald's or something that he was drunk or something. Well, he wasn't drunk. He was having an asthma attack, my delicious little babies. But what happened then was they called the old bill, you know, like I said, thinking that it was the other, when it certainly wasn't. I mean, he works from so early in the morning till late at night, my delicious little babies, okay? And he does, what is it, 12 gardens a day, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? So he's been like that for years anyway. And, you know, and so the old Bill turned up, realised what was happening, my delicious little babies. And anyway, the outcome here was that the old Bill said, you know, some call them police, I call them the old Bill. Anyway, thousands call them the old Bill, my delicious little babies anyway, so I'm not saying anything wrong at all. So what they said because there's such a severe backlog, you know, to do the old Nina, you know, the old ambulances, my delicious little babies. They took him in the back of their old Bill car to the hospital, my delicious little babies. Well, I'm going to be honest, that was a very polite and I feel right thing to do. So that was a nice thing to do, my delicious little babies, you know, to help him. Do you see what I mean? But then he spent the next 7 days in a hospital, my delicious little babies. It's just that I think what it is with the heat, with some, and that's what I've always said, with the heat, it's not, you know, it's not for everybody. If they suffer with breathing difficulties, you know, it can be a nightmare to them. Okay, but for others like myself, all my pages are going everywhere, my delicious little baby, sorry about this. But for myself, you know, the weather's just delicious, do you know what I mean? But today, it's no longer sun shining, and as you can see, the wind is really picking up my delicious little babies anyway. Yeah, stumbling a bit there. It's supposed to be, what do they say, 24 today, my delicious little babies. Well, it's not feeling like 24, my delicious little babies, okay? It's rather windy, actually. So, yeah, so bless him. So, yeah, so he's getting better. So he's having to take it a bit more easy now, my delicious little babies. So it looks like my grass is going to look like this now. Then I look like a steptoe and son in my garden, my delicious little babies. But not to worry, not to worry. At least I have a garden, okay? And the grass will soon be cut. And I will get these 7-foot fences sorted out at some point, my delicious little babies, okay? I cannot get hold of these fence men, so I'm trying to get somebody else at the moment to see whether they can do it for me, okay? Not that I haven't tried, you know, but, you know, doesn't always work. It's not what you know, so, you know, isn't it, my delicious little babies anyway? So yeah, so that was a good little video to listen to, my delicious little babies. So yeah, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so I have got a bit of a suntan, my delicious little babies. I'll quickly show you. Hold on, I'll just one sec. Just let me. Oh, where's that gone? You know what I'll do? I'll sit on my book. I'll sit on it, my delicious little babies. Okay. Yeah, so I have got a bit of a suntan, my delicious little babies. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So I do have a bit of a tan, my delicious little babies. So I cannot complain, and I cannot complain for the sunshine that we've had, okay? But yeah, getting back to Brian now, my delicious little babies, in our lovely UK column. Well, he said right at the very end, guess what? Ofcom, my delicious little babies, you know them, Ofcom. Well, guess what? They've had to admit, only from what I heard, that yes, nobody trusts the BBC, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? I wonder why, my delicious little babies, why ones do not trust the BBC anymore. Could it be that they lie like giddy gog? Could it be that, my delicious little babies? Because I'd say so, wouldn't you? Anyway, my delicious little babies, well, it just goes to show, doesn't it? And yeah, and I've looked at other videos, my delicious little babies, I have, and where, you know, like, where one's, you know, like these politicians and that, you know, where they're using the same type of wording and language as, you know, as alternative media, my delicious little babies. So would you say that that they are copying my delicious little babies? Because I would say that they're copying, wouldn't you, my delicious little babies? Yes, yeah. Because you see, this is what's happening, isn't it? You know, because you need original material, don't you, my delicious little babies? But but what ends up happening is that you know, if you're, let's just say, told to do things other ways now, then you tend to do things other ways, don't you? You know what I mean? Because it means not sparing a thought or thinking for oneself, you say. But yeah, I've been hearing quite a bit of this, my delicious little babies, on some videos. Anyway, so that's the end of my video. So it's not a long one today, my little beautifuls, okay? But yeah, well worth a watch. And they show you, even with that black and white video and everything, my delicious little babies, that the old watch, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Ones must watch things, my delicious little babies, what's going on in the world, okay? Especially around this time. Now then, my delicious little babies. Oh, yes, there was one last thing, my delicious little babies, that I wanted to say. Well, if you go on to, what's his name? Dr. John Campbell, my delicious little babies, okay? Because he's a very large platform, okay? But he's talking to James Roguski. Okay, my delicious little babies. I have mentioned James Roguski a number of times, my delicious little babies. Well, actually, and I have mentioned from time to time John Campbell. Yeah, and he's talking about the 19th of July this year, my delicious little babies, to do with the WHO, World Health Organization, my delicious little babies, yeah, 19th of July. So it'd be well worth a listen to Dr. John Campbell, John Campbell on the videos 5 day old, and he's having a conversation with James, okay? It's just over 45 minutes long, but it's well worth a listen to that little video, okay? So the thing is this, how do I want to end it? Okay, my video today. You see, this is what I'm saying. When you get all of these different distractions and everybody's talking about the wars and everybody's talking about everything is, oh, sorry, my delicious little baby, see, stumbled again. Every reason to. You see, what's happening is it is distracting from these sorts of other serious issues that we have, my delicious little babies, okay? Especially when ones do not want to consult us in the world, my delicious little babies. They want to go ahead and do something else. So that's why sometimes I know that, things seem really awful in wars and, and different things like this now then, but we must be also paying attention to these other things that are going on, my delicious little babies. So I'm not shouting at any of you, my delicious little babies, okay? It's just that, you see, this is how they've rocked and rolled it. Do you see what I mean? And then before you know it, something else gets passed now then. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay? Because nobody, well, there are some, so do forgive me. Rewind and start again, okay? Some are paying attention, my delicious little babies, but it is very clear to myself that others are not. You see what I mean? So that's not being nasty now, because I'm not being nasty. But, and I know that with wars, it affects all of us. I get it. I really, really do. And it's sad for anybody involved. But like I said, sometimes we also have to look at other things a bit deeper. But what I'm saying is, my delicious little babies, is that when all of that's going on and everything is chatty, 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 we're not seeing other things now. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay? So please, if ever, and what James is asking for is if anybody, can spread this word, and that's what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm quite, for myself, my delicious little babies, I'm very happy to do so. Do you see what I mean? Okay? Because this is super duper important. Very, very super duper important indeed. Okay, my delicious little babies. So so that's the end of my video. So I don't have anything else now to say today, my delicious little babies. I don't have anything else to say at the moment. Abracadabra, I wanna reach out and grab ya. Yeah. Seems to be a lot to act like magicians in the world, doesn't there, my delicious little babies? Do you know what I mean? So it seems, yeah. I'm going to have to clean my flipping little birdie house as well. I tell you what, my little birdies, bless them, I love them, sir, but they don't half make a mess sometimes, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? Anyway, so wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, okay? I think the sun's trying to crack open my delicious little babies. It is trying. It's very trying, but as you can see, the colour of the sky, my delicious little babies. But even though it's breezy and everything, it's still shorts weather in my humble opinion, my delicious little babies. Okay, so hopefully the, hopefully the sunshine will come back out and it won't rain, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so until my next video, you just please take care of yourselves now, my little lovelies, okay? You know that I'm very passionate about things that I talk about, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? But I do love the greenery, and I just do love, and believe it or not, I may be living like steptoe and son at the moment, my delicious little babies, but outside I'm talking about till my bulky collection gets collected, sorry. But no, but it can be very beautiful and peaceful, where we live, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean? If you was to ask any of the neighbours, they'd all tell you the same. It's lovely and quiet and peaceful, and it's so beautiful when you can hear the little birdies, do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so until my next video, I don't know how long this is going to take to upload, my delicious little babies. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? So on that note, I love you. Take care. Kisses. Goodbye.